Hey everyone, it's Ashley coming at you with a quick tutorial on how to access Google Scholar to find more scholarly articles and peer-reviewed journals for your research. So what you're going to do is first just enter in the Google search box, Google Scholar. And we're going to go there. And now we're using Google Scholar to search as opposed to the general Google database. And this way it's limiting our resources to, in general, scholarly articles. And so, again, we're going with cats and dogs. This is my research topic for my senior thesis. Really excited about learning more about cats and dogs. Just going to go ahead and search for it and see what comes up. All right, so because I put such a general phrase, cats and dogs, I didn't really add any specifications. There's going to be a whole lot of different types of articles coming up. Everything from just general cats and dogs, the truth about cats and dogs, number of ownership profiles of cats and dogs in the UK, and then DNA fingerprints of dogs and cats are just a few that come up. As I'm scrolling down, I can see that on the right-hand side here, some of them have PDF and then the source, right? Some of them do not. If they don't have the PDF, it means you don't have access to the full text. A lot of these are you have to pay for them, and so that's why it's great to use the Durango Public Library because you're going to be able to access all of those for free. Whereas when you use Google Scholar, it's kind of a gamble as to whether or not you're going to be able to get the full text, which can be really frustrating if you see a title and an abstract that just really speaks to your research paper. So I just want you guys to temper your expectations a little bit as you head into the Google Scholar world, and know that if you find a source and it's the full text, that's just a moment of celebration. So let's just see what this number of ownership profiles of cats and dogs in the UK. Really curious about those Brits and others, and see how many dogs they've got. And look at this, it comes up with the full text. So I might decide this is super relevant to my thesis because I'm going to do a cross-cultural comparison of, dog and cat ownership between various countries. And as always, usually these scholarly articles come with an abstract, which is the summary of the article. And you can kind of skim through. I usually like to read the abstract and the introduction, and then I also like to skim down to the conclusion. And I read the conclusion, and that helps me decide, is this a source? This one doesn't really have a clear conclusion, but is this a source that I want to use and really spend time reading the entirety of it, or does it not seem really relevant? Then I also like to look if it is a super great source and it's going to help me with my thesis. I'm going to then read the references and see if I can find, I'll look at the titles and see if they really relate to my thesis, and I'm going to try to search for those specifically. I might copy and paste the title into Google Scholar and see if it comes up and see if I can find other resources. So it's a really good idea to look at your references of sources to get an idea for other sources that you can then use for your research. So that's one source that popped up, and you can see there's a lot more. But again, cats and dogs, that wasn't the best keyword search, pretty general. So if I'm really interested in this cross-cultural comparison, I'm going to add a little more specificity. It's good to start broad and general as you're beginning your research and kind of narrow it down, but I'm getting a little bit more sophisticated in my topic and trying to narrow in on my research, and so let's just see what comes up if I enter cats and dogs cross-cultural comparison. Okay, one comes up with, student attitudes towards snakes, definitely not relevant. And I'm coming down this list and I'm seeing that there might be some that are related to cross-cultural comparisons, and some, again, that have access to the full text, others that don't. So wanting you guys to kind of keep working on keyword searches and always, varying it up. And if you enter in one phrase and you're not really having any luck, try to add some more phrases in there, or always reach out to your teachers and they can help you with that keyword search wizardry, because it really is a magical process. So that's all for Google Scholar. Good luck. See you next time.